Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video we are going to be reviewing Beauty Blender Concealer. I am so excited. I thought I would do a first impressions review here on my channel. As you guys know, when the foundations came out, everyone was talking about it. It was such a unique product. The component was like something I've never ever seen before, and I just thought it was absolutely genius and so innovative to basically have such an iconic product like a beauty blender and then create this foundation component that would suit that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about the concealer. I have seen a little trickle here and there of people using it. I haven't watched any reviews because I always feel like that might change my first impressions opinion, so I've tried really hard not to watch any other videos. So far what I've seen of it, I'm living for. Plus, if you know me, you know how much I love concealer. I always have dark circles underneath my eyes. As we can see, this is me, unfiltered, just me. Okay, not perfect, but it's all good. None of us are perfect. And concealer is just one of those products for me that I absolutely love using because it just helps clean the under eye for me. And it's just my best friend. Like if there was one product, it'll be a concealer. Anyway, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so before we start swatching, I just want to kind of show you what it looks like. So obviously when you get it, it comes in a box and it says Airbrush Liquid Whip Concealer. And it kind of says that you get full coverage in one swipe. It will conceal and brighten with a weightless formula that can easily blend to an airbrush finish. I mean, if I'm honest with you, what it says on the box sounds absolutely amazing. I love a full coverage concealer. Whipped formula sounds really nice, quite easy to blend, I would say. So it then says use the doe foot. I didn't know that doe foot was spelled doe foot. Did anyone else know this? Did anyone else? I thought it was just something else. So it says apply it directly to the areas of concerns, the target concerns, and then buff out with a damp beauty blender. Okay, cool. Now also guys, if you've been following me on my previous videos, you know that I've been loving a brush for my foundation recently, but I do find that nothing beats the beauty blender for the under eye concealer. I've gone back to that. Now this is what the component looks like. Let me just show you a little bit closer. It looks super cool. It is a plastic component. It kind of has this like more pinkish ombre effect going on. And then let's just have a look at the product. Ooh. What I love is that you've got a nice amount of products in there, and as you pull it out, it actually picks up loads of products, and it's a nice big fat doe, which I personally love because I go in with the concealer quite heavily, as you know. Little sideline disclaimer as well, if the lighting is going crazy, I apologize. Today seems to be like the sunniest day outside, which if you live in London, you just cannot complain about these things. Plus I still don't have blackout blinds or curtains in my house. What is my life? I can't really control this, and I've been filming every single night so that my lighting is on fleek, but you know what? We have to film during the day right now, okay? So, moving on to swatches. Like I said, I've got 5 different concealers. I was sent this via PR. And I've just done a quick little swatch on my hand because I want to swatch 3 on the face just so I can see what they look like. Now, what is really amazing is that there are loads and loads of different shades, which means that there is something for everyone. But what that also means is that sometimes it can be really hard for you to find what shade you're looking for because there's different undertones and all that jazz. So, best way sometimes is to literally look online, look at swatches. I always look for those photos that have like the arms and then the different swatches. But if you're still unsure and you want to be 100% positive before you go ahead and purchase, maybe just pop to the counter if you can and just swatch the products. Honestly, I feel like because I picked like back-to-back shades, and the shades I kind of got was from 3.55, which is like a tan olive undertone, to 3.75. I'm looking at my hand thinking, whoa, this is very different. Like you literally see the difference. I don't know if you can see it, but we can kind of see it. I mean, these are tiny little swatches just because I'm going to do a big swatch on my face. That is so olivey and really green, which I love. It's actually quite hard to find shades like that. This one seems like a really good color, and then this one is maybe the color I wish I was, you know, because I'm really pale right now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the first 3 on the face. And like I said, guys, I have nothing on my skin apart from moisturizer. And the moisturizer I have been living for is the Mercier one. I think you've already seen this on my channel. Can't get enough of this. This is amazing. Look how much I've used already. This is insane. Okay, so we're gonna start off with shade number 1. This is 3.55 Tan Olive. And like I said, it has a really nice... has a really nice kind of like olivey color. So we're gonna do this one here. Ooh. Okay, so far really nice coverage. So that's our first swatch. The second shade I'm going for is called Tan Golden 3.60. The reason why I'm telling you all these numbers, because I know usually with numbers I'm like, what? If you follow me because you're similar skin color to me, then this might be really, really helpful for when you go and have a look yourself. So this is the next one. I will say, guys, just in terms of texture, it's definitely a very unique whipped, almost mousse-like texture, which is very, very different. I'm not used to that. The dough is actually really interesting shape as well. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of like flat on one side and rounded on the other. Okay, this is the final one. Oh my God. Can you see how different they are? Wow, they are so different from one another. This is crazy. Okay, so like always, I love doing this together. I'm actually kind of shook. So this looks really, really green on my hand, but now that I've swatched up my face, it actually looks less, still olivey green, but it looks quite fair. The next one looks super peachy, and then this one actually looks kind of good. This is really hard. Really, really, really hard. So I'm literally just blending this out. Now, what they do say is that if you have got discoloration underneath your eyes, if you go in with a peachy or orange color corrector, it actually helps to just diminish darkness. Basically, it's just color correcting, so it'll just counteract that. So I'm actually quite drawn to the middle one because there is a slight peachy tinge to it. So I feel like that might help me with my problem. So I am going to wipe this away, apply a little bit more moisturizer on that cheek, and I'm going to go ahead, apply some foundation, some primer, and do everything that I would do just before the step of concealer application. So I'm actually going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Primer. I've been obsessed with this. Like, obviously this is like quite a newly launched product, and look at it already. I've been using this non-stop. I'm a huge fan of the All Nighter setting spray. So this, anything all nighter, I'm just like, I just want my makeup to last, so I always get really, really excited. We're going for like quite a natural beat today as well, and I'm very, very excited to say that I have got a lighter shade of the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Foundation. You guys know that I did a full review on this as the most expensive foundation versus a drugstore foundation. I know there was a little bit of tea on that video, and I know I got a lot of comments from you guys as well giving me your opinions on it, so I decided to go and try out my shade in this because I think we all know how much I love Pat McGrath and how much I live for this whole vibe. So I'm gonna try applying the whole lot with a beauty blender, and I just want a really beautiful like skin-like finish today. Okay guys, I'm not going for anything too crazy with the foundation because I feel like if I go ahead with a really full coverage foundation, it might be harder to see the actual coverage of the concealer. Okay, wow, come through skin. Definitely feel like getting my shade makes so much difference. That's actually really, really nice, and it's the kind of finish that I just want to go for. Now we can still see underneath the eyes we have darkness, and that for me is good because I really want to see how this is going to work. All right, so let's go in with our concealer now. We're literally going to apply this. I'm going to apply it how I would normally apply my concealer. I'm just going to go in and do what I would normally do. So usually I kind of go inside here, right up, kind of slightly onto the bridge of the nose, because I kind of use this as like my nose contour slightly as well. Kind of snatch up the nose, and then I spread the product around, kind of like that. So that's what I normally do, guys. What I do love is that it really picks up loads and loads of product. I definitely feel like as well, like this seems like the year of complexion. I feel like last year everyone was bringing out foundations. I can't even tell you how many foundation launches there were. There were so many foundation launches, and this year I feel like everyone's bringing out concealers, which is actually really, really exciting because I love a concealer. I might even do like a concealer series, or do like a, I don't know, I might even do something slightly different where I just like compare and review concealers. I'm always on the hunt, guys, for like the ultimate concealer. Okay, so next up I'm just using my beauty blender. Obviously I always run this underneath the tap, and then I squeeze out the moisture, towel dry it, and then it's ready to go. So I'm literally just going to pat. I like doing like really small little patting motions to really press and push the product into the skin, and then it just like buffs it out. Okay, so first impressions are that I probably should have used the beauty blender foundation with this video, right? That would have made so much more sense. Oops. But I definitely feel like if you love the foundation, you would love the concealer because I feel like it's quite a similar texture. It's quite a unique texture. It's very moussey. It's very whipped. Okay, so first impressions, I feel like when I'm looking in the mirror and looking onto camera, I feel like the camera is a little bit more forgiving. I don't know what it is with the lights and stuff, but when you look in the mirror, you're like, whoa, there's the real me. I feel like it's very, very good coverage. Actually, really, really nice tone. There is still some darkness over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I probably want to go in with another layer. The fact it's saying one swipe, I'm not sure about that. I feel like I would definitely need more than one swipe, but maybe if you are beautifully blessed and you don't have dark circles, one swipe is enough for you. This is quite a lot of concealer really, maybe for the average daily makeup routine, but that's kind of how much I use, and sometimes I even go in with like 2 layers of this. Okay, so this is what the concealer looks like with one layer. I definitely feel like the color is very, very nice, very similar to something that I would go. It has cleaned up the under eye area. I'm just looking here on the monitor. It's cleaned it up really, really well. I would like a tiny bit more coverage, so I'm gonna go ahead with one more layer of this, but I feel like color wise it's actually really beautiful. I'm just going to apply it where I think it needs just a tiny bit more coverage. Wow. Wow. That has layered up. Really nice. Oh my god. No, this is actually insane. That for me is exactly the kind of coverage I'm looking for. And I know some of you are going to be thinking, you look crazy, like that's way too much concealer. But honestly guys, once you've powdered it, bronzed up and done everything else, it will come together. I know this might look a little bit crazy for right now. I actually love it. I love it. Oh my god, this is actually really good. I'm actually blown away. Okay, I just want us to take a really, really close look. Look how now there's literally like no darkness underneath my eyes. I'm obsessed with this like clean under eye area, and I'm so jealous for those people who've got like super smooth under eye areas. They don't have no darkness. They literally just put a tiny little dot of concealer and it's like smooth. I'm so jealous of those people, but you know what? You have to make do with what you are given. And if you don't have that kind of under eye, then that's why this concealer was made for you. I'm actually living for this. This is so, so good. So usually at this point, what I would do is then go ahead and use powder. Now, for the purpose of this review, I'm not gonna go ahead with a really heavy coverage powder because that's gonna add more coverage to the concealer. And I want us to really like just judge the concealer for what it is. So I'm gonna go for something maybe loose or pressed, which has a more of a natural, lighter feel to it, just to kind of set what we have, but not to add any more product or coverage. Okay, so for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead with the Shiseido, I think it's called I can never say this, Synchro Skin Invisible Silk Loose Powder. This powder is amazing. I literally saw someone talking about it and it's really good if you've got texture. So if you've got like texture or pores, this is something that I really, really like. And I'm literally just going to pat it on just to set everything into place using a nice big fluffy brush. Oh yeah. I've literally just had a coffee and it hasn't even hit me yet. I'm like, oh no. I'm actually loving this. This might have to be my new go-to. Oh no, I'm shook. Okay, so first impressions for me, I'm actually slightly blown away. It takes quite a lot to blow me away because I have a lot of makeup. I review a lot of products. I'm always playing with them. Even if it's not on my channel, I'm doing it off the camera. I'm just forever trying new things. But honestly, I like it. I like it a lot. We are going to go ahead with some bronzer next, and of course I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury. She's loved. I mean, look at this. We have hit the pan, but we're still going. I do have a backup of this, but for some reason I am still that person who decides that I need to use all of it. Is anyone else like that? One of the big tests of me as well is to see how the concealer gets on during the day. So does it start cracking? Does it start going a bit weird? You know, when it just starts going a little bit strange? How does it work around the eyes? So that is something I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for today, because I don't know, I feel like that's a very important thing. Not just like, oh, how does it look when you apply it, but how does it look after like a few hours wear? So definitely I will keep you guys posted on my Instagram and let you know how I'm getting on with this. Also, a huge shout out to everyone who's always giving me so much love on my Thirsty Thursdays. I'm actually loving my series so much, and I actually partnered up with Beauty Bay for this week's Thirsty Thursday, which I just can't even believe like this is happening. Like, this is so amazing. So I definitely am gonna keep that going. Let me know what other skincare hacks, tips, tricks, anything that you want to know. If you just write them in the comments, I will basically write them in my notes and I will film that Thirsty Thursday for you. when you have to bronze your neck because you need to fake tan, just real life. All right, guys, so this is it. This is me kind of done for today. Like I said, it's just something very, very natural. Let me just put some lip oil back on. So Estee Lauder, and it is so juicy. Ooh, juicy. So yeah, all I've done is literally just added a tiny bit of mascara. I'm going for a very clean, simple, you know, little natural beat today. I know what's happened to me. I know. But not every day can be a full glam day, you know. Okay, so a time to give my final thoughts on the Beauty Blender Bounce Concealer. Alright guys, so I'm going to give a pro and a con, just so it's a very fair review. I'm gonna start with the con, because I like to end on a positive. So for today, the con of this, I would say it's maybe a little bit harder to find your perfect shade because of the numerical kind of structure of the shade chart. So I'm not sure if they coincide with the foundations, but definitely just swatching up my hand, I was like, wow, there's a lot of variation. So it might be a little bit harder for you to get the perfect color, but I'm sure that when you do, then it's gonna be an amazing color, because I personally have met the owner of Beauty Blender, and she's just this insanely talented, like, legendary makeup artist. I just know that she knows exactly what she's doing when it comes to color tones. But for the ordinary person out there who might not be a makeup artist and know about all the undertones, it might be a little bit overwhelming, like, oh no, how do I find my shade? So I'm sure there's someone on counter that can help you, or you can go into stores and swatch it. My pro for this product is going to be its formulation and coverage, and I personally love the results. I'm obsessed. I think I'm gonna have to put this in my makeup bag straight away. Honey, you are mine. We went for shade 3.60W. I'm not sure if the W added anything. I hope I said everything right so far. Literally looking in the mirror, this is exactly how I would want my under eyes to look. It is clean, full coverage. You get that kind of, like, you know, zero dark circle. I did go in with 2 layers as well, and I definitely would recommend using a Beauty Blender with it because that's what it says. Very unique texture and amazing doe fur, amazing kind of amount of product in there as well. So I think that's gonna last you a long time. So overall, it is a thumbs up from me. Yes, yes, yes. Please let me know what you think of this product. If you have bought it, reviewed it, tried it, received it via PR, let me know your thoughts, and also let me know what you think on camera as well. Like, do you rate it? Do you like it? What do we think? But yeah, that is going to be it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and obviously if you're still here, thank you. Firstly, I want to say thank you, and also don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button and also the bell so you will receive a notification every single time I post, which is every single Sunday, to make your Sunday extra special. But until then, guys, I will see you soon on the next one. Have an amazing day, okay? Bye, guys.